Can Georgia hold other teams for the year under 10 points a game? Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. Thanks for joining us again. I'll tell you what I think, yes or no, by the end of the video, but this is one of the best defenses returning in the country and probably one of the best returning defenses the Dogs have had in the school's history. Certainly 2004 Georgia defense was really good. You know, I don't know about the best in school history because the offenses are so different now, but you just don't score on Kirby's defenses. And anymore, this defense that's coming back didn't exactly lose a lot of players, returning the vast majority of them. Guys like Nolan Smith, Monty Rice, N'Kobe Dean. I can keep going on for a while. And then you're adding players like Keely Ringo as well. This is really a stacked defense, one that really could hold teams down. The question comes from something that Bill Conley from ESPN, a betting reporter, or I don't really know, he's very respected in the ball game of he's someone I read. Okay, I've covered college football for 20 years, and he's someone that when they post something, it's something that jumps out to me. And he wasn't, I don't think, posting points per game that were averaged that he was predicting coming up, or that his computer was predicting coming up. But it did make me wonder, can this defense hold teams under 10 points a game? And that is an extremely difficult bar. Now, Bill Conley was comparing the returning defense of Georgia in 2020 to Alabama's 2011 defense. That team wound up winning the national championship with a Bama offense that was good, but not as good as the Bama defense. Obviously, if you remember, the two huge games that season for Alabama were the 9-6 loss in Tuscaloosa to LSU, who went on to beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, and then the rematch with Bama and LSU, which was just a dogfight and a slugfest again as well, 21-0 off the top of my head as I remember. Maybe it was 21-3, something like that. But it was lopsided towards Alabama in the Superdome, and their defense just didn't allow LSU to do anything. I don't think they crossed midfield. Is this Georgia defense that good? How quick are we going to know, too? I mean, obviously, week 3, you're dealing with a trip to Tuscaloosa, so that's going to be challenging, but this isn't Tua-led Alabama. Mac Jones is going to be the guy, we assume. I mean, I'm assuming that at least. But take the Alabama game out of it. I mean, even if you were to allow 30 points to Alabama on the road, if you spread that over a season, that's not going to get you past 10 points a game defensively. How many shutouts can Georgia throw? How many touchdown games, and that's it, will Georgia allow? I mean, you think about in 2019, and the guys Georgia left, the guys that left Georgia, they were not exactly dominant defensive players. They were really good players for their position, but they weren't David Pollock or Thomas Davis, guys like that who, you knew you would miss them when they were gone. The guys coming back are the real killers of the bunch, and they just keep replacing the kids over and over and over again. The schedule, anyway, back to the 19th season, when you think about what Georgia did on defense, the Gators didn't score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. South Carolina scored 20 points. How many of those were on offense, and how many of those were in regulation? Tennessee scored 14. Really didn't do much after one busted coverage. Actually, one of the Carolina games, one of the offensive score for Carolina, busted coverage. And those started going downhill after a while. Baylor scores 2 touchdowns. That's it. Obviously, LSU lit Georgia up, but even for LSU, that was as bad as they played the bulk of the season on offense. So, they didn't cross 40 points on Georgia like they did against, everybody. Clemson. Obviously, Oklahoma doesn't have a defense. Texas, same scenario. So, LSU was scoring 60 on some people. Hello, Vanderbilt. So, or whoever it was. Scoring 60 on a lot of people. They were frightening at times. And they were frightening against Georgia, but not the way they were. So what does that mean for this season? Here's what I think. 10 points or fewer in a season? That is really asking a lot for a defense. I don't care how good they are. 10 points or fewer, because your secondary guys are going to get in there, your second-string guys, your third-string guys, but you couldn't score on those guys last year a lot of times for Georgia. So I am skeptical, but I don't know that it will be something that, you know, if you're 12 points or fewer in a season average, you're doing unbelievable. Question is, can it be 10? I don't think they can do it, but I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. Make sure to check out this video right here on Zamir White and the Georgia running backs. We'll see you next time here on Dog Post.